So this is a great lesson for you. It shows you all these different techniques which we can use with both acrylic and oil. I'm going to add a bit more yellow to this in a minute to make these even yellower in places. I want this effect of the sunlight. And it's not just verticals, there are little bits of horizontal and diagonal stem coming out as well in this. And also on the leaves themselves, we can just start to look at the way we can work on the shape of the leaves a bit more now. So this is in this last part of the lesson. We're now defining and refining leaves. We start to just indicate some of the ribs in the leaves. You go as detailed as you want. This is an impressionist piece, so how loosely you want to paint it is totally up to you. It's your painting. I'm just giving you ideas and methods and techniques. But all I want to do is show you how to make an impression, and a good one. I think that making a good impression, especially in your artwork. Catch that light across these leaves. Now you can see I'm just picking out the leaves themselves and just working on them that little bit more, just dragging them out that little bit more. Before I go back in here with my darks, because to me I'm almost done. I only really need to put in some darks now, and I'm there. Putting some of these cools back into the background here, the very background. These reflected lights, we're just doing the very light blues back into here. Very, very light. Right, that was stage 10, and we included the shapes of the leaves and the stems. We've already put the reds in, but I want to be slightly warmer in places here, so I'm just going to take that same colour we were just using, just add a little bit of orange and red to it. I just want a little more warmth here amongst these leaves, so I'm adding a bit of orange and red to that light green I was just using, just to add a bit more red amongst the leaves here to bring them forward a bit. There's a bit too much cool going on. I'm just going to add that. That's it then. And we're down to our final shapes now, and I'm going to use my black and the cobalt for doing that with the small filbert, and we shall actually finish the painting now. Okay then, closing stages on this painting, and I'm going to move to something I don't normally do a lot of now, and that's black. And pick that up, put it in the centre of my palette. I want a really good even mixture of the black, and I'm going to add just a little bit of the purple to it to give it a bit more vibrancy. I don't like pure black, very seldom. I do use it, but I usually use it then with a roller and when I'm doing some sort of work. Right, so with that black and the purple, I'm going to come back into these trees here with my small filbert and just start to pick up on some of these deeper branches and tree trunks here in the background to really give this some more depth. You'll see the difference it'll make in a minute. I'm using mainly vertical strokes to come through here and feel this, these shadows against the... So now that our deep purple becomes a lovely warm shadow, so warm, actually quite a cool shadow with it as a purple, but I'll bring these darks right through the background, just tickling the shapes in of the darks. And this has got the purple in it. We should use a slightly cleaner black without so much purple into the foreground. And that's going to make these sunflowers jump forward as well. So right back into here, all of these lovely bits of dark against the trees here. Very dark coming up here, to the shadows here, trees coming through. Put the right colours in the right places and the right shapes. How many times have I got to say it? But it's true. If we just put the right colours in the right shapes, whether it's a horse, a dog, a person, a tree, it will just appear. It will just happen. It will just make itself. You don't have to worry about it being that object, because it's like a jigsaw, and it is the method that I teach with. It's the method that I use most for painting. I believe in it, it works, and I call it my jigsaw method. We just put the pieces together and voila, our painting appears and our objects and subjects appear. Look how we're doing there. Proof in the pudding is in the eating. Now I'm going to come down to here with these blacks, a little bit more black into it now, and I'm going to start bringing out the shadows down here between these leaves. So I'm leaving the leaves alone, I'm just painting the darks in between now, and look how that suddenly gives it the life, because we've got that extra dark in and it's letting those shadows really work and sing. So it's a lovely way to paint, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it, and I hope you've enjoyed all of this that we're doing. So this is our final stage, using our small filbert and just picking out these leaves. Go to the darks amongst it. Right back into here, we've got little bits of dark happening onto the heads of the plants as well. And we can even use the tip of the brush to work a little bit more into some of these closer sunflowers. Here look like this, to bring out the petals. Don't want to overdo it, we're not going to go into too much detail, it's just an impression, it's just giving a feeling of them. Because really we've done. It was so simple. We could keep adding more colours, yes, we could keep building it up, but there has to be a stage where you finish a painting and it wants to be simple and fresh and bold, and that's just what we've done here. Let's follow some of these lines down of the stems as well. Get the feeling of the stones going through here as well as the light ones. We've got some dark ones. And little bits of black going right back into the distance there. And we've almost finished our sunflower field, you know. I think what I'm going to do is just make some slightly lighter greens in some places and slightly lighter turquoises, just to bring the tips out. They've sunk a bit, and I would like to have them a little bit lighter here in the foreground. So let's just add some more white to that turquoise. We'll bring some of these out just that little bit more to catch the sun, because they keep sinking. Add some lemon to that and some more white to that, and let's really now get some of those very light bits of leaf going on. In fact, I'm going to add a bit more of the other yellow, the chrome now. I'm just playing as I'm going along, so we're at the end of the painting, and this is where you also have to decide what else it needs. If it does need lightening up or anything else needs doing, just to pick the sunlight out a bit more on the leaves or whatever, as I think mine does here and there. I just want to pick up some of these slightly lighter sunshine leaves. The feeling it's gone a bit dull back here on those. So I've added some of the chrome yellow to some of the lighter blue I was using to just pick out these little bits of sunlight across the leaves. Look at the difference that makes. That's what we needed. It was just a bit too dull. Just needed brightening up a bit with some slightly lighter colours. A lovely, vibrant, sunny day. Studio piece. It's nicer working out there, but also having worked out there, I can come back and do this to show you. I'm able to take what I learnt out there to bring back and share with you guys. And there we are. I would call that done, would you? Hopefully yours is at the same time as mine, but explore, fiddle. If it doesn't work this time, try it once again, and I'm sure you'll get there. A few little lights we want in the background here. And I'll sign that. I managed to do that just before the sun has reached it. So we'll just have a closer look at that if you like, as we work from our cobalt blues down to our turquoises, and then continuing down all our stages of the background trees and our sunflowers.